There is an hour in the early morning when the world is still at rest, the air cool and clear, and the soul raises its softest voice. I often wake at this hour, when dawn timidly touches the sky as if not to disturb the night. No alarm calls me. It is something deep within that wakes me, my heart drawing me into this stillness. Yet how contradictory this awakening is. No sooner do I find myself conscious than a heavy weariness overcomes me, a burden born from the alienation of being among people who neither know nor appreciate my true nature. There's no use trying to escape it, it always catches up with me. It feels as if I carry a secret, one that even the unknowing can sense. They can smell it, this otherness, which unsettles them and reminds them of the discomfort of truth. They suspect there isn't just one simple truth, the kind they guard so carefully, like a fragile vessel. So when I wake in these hours, I am ready to create, to bring forth something of significance. But where should this urge lead me, when the world that aligns with my essence feels so far away, out there where I am known? It's as if I'm always on a journey without knowing where I'm headed. I often think about the people around me, those who make one bad decision after another, yet whose paths inevitably affect mine. As an official member of society, with a tax ID and a social security number, I bear the weight of their choices like a cross, whether I want to or not. And so, I feel like the 1 in 100, throwing up my hands in disbelief, wondering how the others manage to keep going without ever pausing, without ever asking themselves what they are doing. That blind certainty, that glaring lack of reflection, it's like a veil that shields them from themselves while I feel it suffocating me. Why do I think this? Because every day all I hear are complaints, how others have driven the cart into the ditch, leaving them no choice but to stand by and watch. But what pains me most is the loss that began so early. As a child, I was not allowed to be who I was. My nature was bent, pushed, and shaped to fit. So I grew up among people who left the forging of their happiness to others, people who followed rules they didn't understand, who lay exhausted and powerless, trapped in a world that allowed no colors. That's how we've always done it, they said, their voices sounding like chains wrapped around my young limbs. I would have liked to forge my own happiness, to learn it with passion and bring light into a world where all colors have a home. But they spent their lives this way, fulfilling duties, eating, resting, catching their breath before the next leap, finding a little satisfaction, solving TV mysteries, passing time as voyeurs, waiting, enduring, until finally a diagnosis came to free them from it all, if not some religion along the way, releasing them from a life that, despite all effort, could never truly be filled with living. Today as an adult, I search for the child I once was, but I don't spend my energy on therapies, courses, or books that promise to lead me back to myself, to put me back on a track that brought me so much pain. Because how can I find something I never truly knew? How can I search when I don't know where to begin? Perhaps the answer lies in the quiet hours of the morning, in the connection to the earth, to the trees, to the wind. Perhaps it is not the great teachings, but the simple truths of nature that lead us back to ourselves. Perhaps I'll find the child I once was if I stop searching, and instead learn to simply be. I no longer listen to the lessons of those who do not know.